Hello everybody, I'm going to teach you how to solve one-step equations. Let's start off with writing down an equation. X plus 2 is equal to 4. As a reminder, if you see letters in your equation, those are called variables. So X is a variable, and if you see numbers without letters right next to them, these are called constants. So the 2 and the 4 are both constants. Now what I want to do is I want to isolate our variable x. In order to do that, I want to get rid of this plus 2 next to it. Now to get rid of a plus 2, we need to do the opposite operation. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 2. Since this is an equation, whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side. So if I subtract 2 on the left-hand side of our equal sign, I have to also subtract 2 on the right-hand side of our equal sign. So we have 4 minus 2 on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we have x plus 2, and then we're going to subtract 2. Okay, so we're left with x. So 2 minus 2 is just 0. You can cross those 2's out. And now we have x is equal to 4 minus 2, which is 2. Okay, now let's do another example. But now let's do x minus 2 is equal to 4. In this case, we have a minus 2 instead of a plus 2 like our previous example. Now we want to isolate the x. So this time, since we have minus 2, we want the opposite operation, which is plus 2. So I'm going to plus 2. Once again, it's an equation. So if I add 2 on one side, I have to add 2 on the other side of the equation. Okay, so we have x minus 2 plus 2. That's just 0. And 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, now let's say we have something like 3x is equal to 9. We want to isolate our x again, our variable once again, except this time we have 3x, which is the same thing as 3 times x. Now to get rid of this 3, we do the opposite operation. Since we have 3 times x, we're going to divide this 3x by 3. And whatever we do to one side of the equation, we do to the other. So on the other side, we have 9 divided by 3. Now 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I'm going to cross out these 3's on the left-hand side. And now we're left with x is equal to 9 divided by 3, which is 3. Okay, now let's do another example, except this time we have x divided by 3 is equal to 5. Again, we want to isolate our variable x. Since we have x divided by 3, we're going to do the opposite operation, which is multiply by 3. I'm going to use parentheses around the x divided by 3 to represent multiplication, and I'm going to write a 3 in front of those parentheses. Now, since I multiplied the left-hand side by 3, I need to multiply the right-hand side of the equation by 3. So we have 5, parentheses around the 5, and then 3 on the right-hand side. Going back to the left-hand side, once again, we have 3 times x divided by 3. So our 3's cancel because essentially 3 divided by 3 is 1. Be careful that you're not multiplying the 3's, right? Because I'm not multiplying x over 3 times 1/3, I'm multiplying it by 3, which is technically the same thing as 3 over 1. So do not multiply the 3's. Be very careful. Okay, so we're left with x on the left-hand side. Now we have our equal sign, and on our right-hand side we have 5 times 3, which is 15. Okay, I just want to do one more example. And for this one, you might see an equation where you have two variables, right? So we have two x's. We have 2x minus 4 is equal to 3x in our example here. So there's two x's and there's one constant. We have minus 4 here. Okay, so in this case, we want to, we want to isolate the variable. We want to keep the variable on one side and the constants on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the 2x. So be careful. In the previous examples, right, we didn't subtract or multiply or divide by x. Now we're actually subtracting by x here because there's two x's in this equation. For all the other examples I did, there was only one x in the equation. So I'm going to subtract 2x from the left-hand side, which means I need to subtract 2x from the right-hand side. So 2x minus 2x, that's just 0. And we're left with minus 4 or negative 4 on the left-hand side. Then we have our equal sign, and then we have 3x minus 2x, which is just x. So we're left with negative 4 equals x, which is the same thing as x is equal to negative 4. And we are finished.